Hi, third through fifth graders. I hope you enjoyed the story about the lion and the bird. I'm sitting here with my lovely assistant, Avon. This is my daughter, Avon. I hope you enjoyed listening to the story. What did you notice about the story? What did you notice some strategies that Lion used when Bird was gone? What were some things that he did to help him cope with missing his friend Bird? And how can you make that connection with maybe some of the things that you can do when you're missing your friends right now during school? Hi, Drake. So some things that Lion did. I noticed he gardened, he read. I noticed him using a mindfulness practice. In one part, he was sitting out by a tree, and I noticed some clouds in the sky, or clouds in the sky. Maybe he was watching the clouds go by. Thinking about some of the mindfulness strategies that we've used about noticing negative thoughts or negative feelings, kind of like bubbles or clouds, just recognizing them, letting those negative thoughts and feelings float by and coming back and staying in the present moment. That's a great strategy. Fished. He went fishing. He was out in nature a lot. And he used self-talk. At one point he had said, I wonder what Bird's doing. Like, I wonder where he's at. And I think too, using our memories and remembering all the special, wonderful times that we've had with those who we're missing or who are away from us is a great coping strategy when you're missing someone, remembering all those great special memories. So yeah, what did you notice? If you noticed any others, please comment on some coping strategies that he used, or please comment, maybe you're making a connection with some coping strategies that you can use during this time when you're away from school and away from your friends and missing those people from school or your teachers. The other thing I wanted to point out is just how important it is for us to, when we have these negative thoughts and negative feelings that pop up, to try to change the channel on those. We've talked a lot about positive self-talk over the last few years, learning how to change that negative self-talk into positive self-talk, or reframing a situation. So how can you look at something and try to see it from a different perspective? And I think right now, as we're missing being away from school, maybe you're missing your friends, maybe you're missing your usual routines, maybe your family is doing different things and different routines now than you're used to. We know there's just been a lot of change lately. So how can we reframe some of those thoughts to something positive, to some positive self-talk, positive ways of looking at things right now? And it's important for us to recognize it's okay for us at this time to have all these big emotions, to feel uncertain, to feel anxious, to feel disappointed about some of the things that we're missing out on. Make sure that you name those feelings, take time to recognize those emotions, and then again, try to reframe it. Try to use some positive self-talk. Recognize right now if you are feeling disappointed, that you're missing out on things at school. I think about some of my fifth graders who are going towards their last couple months here of elementary school, and you're missing out on some of those experiences. Just remember, you're not alone. There's many students, many kids throughout our community, throughout our country, throughout our world who are feeling those same feelings right now. So just recognize you're not alone in that. And then how can we reframe it? Understand that this is a temporary situation. We will eventually go back to school. We will eventually resume our family routines. Right, Avon? Okay. We will. Our community will return again to business as usual. So we will get there. It may take longer than we thought. It requires us to be resilient and to use some of these strategies to keep pushing forward, but recognize, again, reframe it. It won't always be this way. Eventually we will go back to school. We will see our friends again. So try to remember to reframe that negative self-talk to positive self-talk, and remember that this too shall pass. And we'll be able to see our school, our friends, our teachers again. And then thinking about who can I talk to if I am disappointed or feeling a lot of big emotions about how I'm feeling right now. Who can I talk to? Who are my 5 trusted grown-ups that I could go to when I'm feeling big emotions? So think about that. We've talked about that during our social emotional lessons. 5 trusted grown-ups. Avon, do you know your 5 trusted grown-ups? Who are 5 people you could go to if you're feeling big emotions or if you're ever feeling unsafe?
You.
Me, Mom.
My dad.
Yep.
Briley.
Sister. Yep.
Sister. My grandma.
Grandparents are an awesome support system that we could go to. Anybody else you'd talk to if you're feeling really upset about something?
A friend.
A friend, yeah. So think about those 5 people that we can go to talk about how we're feeling. If you're feeling really disappointed or sad or missing someone right now, remember your 5 people that you could go to and make sure that you're reaching out for support. Another idea that I thought about in terms of reframing this current situation is it's important for us to have things to look forward to. Understanding that, again, this will pass and that we will be back into our routines and back to school before we know it. So what can you put in your calendar to give you something to look forward to? Maybe you're going to put the first day of school in your calendar, recognizing that, again, next school year will be here maybe before we know it. What's something that you could put on your calendar to look forward to? That could be a great way to reframe this time. Some great ways to connect with others. I came up with a few ideas of ways that we can stay connected during this time, ways to connect. You can text people. Use your cell phone to text, to individual message your friends. A lot of people right now are using digital technology to stay connected with the people that they love. You could video message using FaceTime or video messaging. Now, one thing that I put on here, make sure you're doing this safely. Remember all of our digital citizen, our contracts, and being responsible with our digital devices. Please make sure that right now you're paying attention to that. Make sure you're using your iPad for school purposes. You're being responsible with your iPad at this time and being safe with that. If you are video messaging someone, make sure that you're doing that in a space where a grown-up can help supervise that. That's just part of being smart when you're using digital devices. Another thing, when you are messaging inside of your virtual classrooms, recognize that, again, these are our classrooms. And so what we say in here, even though we're doing it digitally and through comments, think about, is this something that I would say in my classroom if I was face-to-face with everyone? So make sure that you're filtering some of those comments and those thoughts, making sure that they're appropriate for those spaces. Also, make sure that you think before you post. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary to say? Not everything that we want to say is necessary to say, especially on social media platforms. And is it kind? So filter some of those things. Let's see, another great way to stay connected, maybe make a memory book of your friends. If you've got pictures laying around, you can make a memory book of all the fun things you've done with your friends, or draw pictures of things that you've done with your friends, and maybe give those to your friends after we do get back to hanging out again. Look for ways to be helpful. Right now there's a heart parade going on. I noticed this on Facebook. People are decorating their windows with hearts so that people can check those out when they're out on walks in their community. So maybe you'll decorate your window with hearts. Sidewalk chalk to leave positive messages in your community for those who are out walking and enjoying the outdoors. Chores. Maybe not as fun as these other ones, but just as important. Our families have a lot going on right now. So, how can you be helpful in your home? How can you help your family out? And along with that, do something kind for someone in your house. Pick one person in your house and do something kind for them today. Another great way to reframe right now, even though we're missing out maybe on some of those connections with our friends, there's a lot of great opportunities to connect with our families, connect with our pets, Drake, and to spend some great quality time together with the ones that we love in our home. So finding ways to connect with your family, board games, card games, family movie night, go for a nature walk, walk your dog. So a few ideas that I had of ways to connect. I would love to hear yours. Please put them in the comments down below. Or if you want to take a picture of this and email it to me, it'd be great for us to come up with some ideas of ways that we can stay connected during this time. Be safe, everyone. Be kind. Be well. I'll talk to you soon.